When most people talk about being a creative or an artist, they have a certain look in mind. Either you create some sort of visual art, you make music, or maybe you're an actor. In some instances, now a creative is associated with being an influencer or someone who makes content online. That's not terribly off base, but I do think it is limiting. Creativity is so much more than Instagram and YouTube videos. Creativity is necessary and exists all around us. And I believe in all of us, especially as Black men. Am I saying that we're all artists? No. Am I saying that we're all destined to be content creators and influencers? No, not at all. I do believe we are all uniquely designed to use God-given gifts to create or produce things in this world. Let's define some words. Creativity. Getting this from dictionary.com. The state or quality of being creative. The ability to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, or the like, and to create meaningful new ideas, forms, methods, interpretations, etc. Originality, progressiveness, or imagination. The need for creativity in modern industry. Creativity in the performing arts. And also the process by which one utilizes creative ability. Now let's define creative. Having the ability to create. Characterized by originality of thought, having or showing imagination, a creative mind, designed to or trending to stimulate the imagination, characterized by sophisticated bending of the rules or conventions, a creative person, especially one who devises advertising campaigns, so maybe like an influencer. And then lastly, we're going to define create, to cause, to come into being, as something unique that would not naturally evolve or that is not made by ordinary processes. To evolve from one's own thought or imagination as a work of art or an invention. To be the cause or occasion of, give rise to cause to happen, bring about, arrange as by intention or design. To create a revolution, to create an opportunity to ask for a raise. And one last part of the definition, to do something creative or constructive. I believe part of our God-given design is to be able to create. And since it's part of our design, when we aren't operating effectively in that design, to some degree, we can't be fulfilled. There's something satisfying about translating the invisible into the visible, the imaginary into reality, in whatever capacity works best for you. Consider even romantically. How many songs and poems do you even know? Songs and poems that you've heard or songs and poems that you've written have been created to express to a person how you feel about this person. Or consider even in politics, politically, speeches created to communicate visions and dreams. Think about I have a dream speech. Or policies put in place either for benefit or detriment. Somebody thought about redlining. They created that and implemented it, and it had a huge impact on our community. Creating is all around us. When we look at the biblical account of the creation of man, we can find evidence of the creative characteristics given to us. Because the reality is that God is a creative God, and we were all made in his image. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. Now let's look at the word fruitful. Fruitful in the Strong's Concordance, that word is H6509, the word is para. To bear fruit, literally or figuratively, bear, bring forth fruit. Be, cause to be, make. Fruitful, grow, increase. Dictionary.com defines fruitful as producing good results, beneficial, profitable, abounding in fruit, as trees or other plants bearing fruit abundantly, and also producing an abundant growth as a fruit. Being fruitful is more than just making money or bearing children. A kind word or encouraging phone call can be fruitful and beneficial to someone else. A poem that you've written, a picture you've taken, a piece of furniture that you've built, something you've barbecued for friends and family. We are all designed by a creator to create. So when you're not creating something or producing fruit, you're not fulfilling your design. And I believe especially as a man, God places ideas, dreams, businesses, and all kinds of things in us to produce or create for his glory and the good of others. When we're not doing that, even on a small scale, that frustrates us. And what I mean by frustrate in the sense of stopping or stopping up. Personally, if I'm not creating, even if that's journaling, or writing or vlogging or whatever, like making this video, I start to feel out of whack. And honestly, I'm sure some of y'all can relate. You just feel like blah when you're not producing something and using your creative energy. And the thing is, our creativity is able to be used in so many different ways within our lives for our benefit and also for those around us. Consider this: creating out of necessity. Sometimes we create out of necessity, starting a business or jerry-rigging a door so it stays closed, making a tool out of something that's not a tool. A butter knife and some duct tape can fix a lot of stuff. That creative muscle exists inside of us, and we shouldn't let it grow dormant. Challenge yourself to think of answers to big problems in the world, problems in your life, problems in someone else's life that you care about. Write them down, record them. Whether you share them or voice them, work that creative muscle. It'll help you be more in alignment with your design. Before I go on with the rest of the list, please hit the like and subscribe button if you like and enjoy this content. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Think about creating for fun. Not everything has to be serious all the time. That's honestly something I have to keep reminding myself. It's okay to have fun sometimes. Whether you're doodling or freestyling, yes, from time to time, I try to freestyle, or making up a new line dance. There are many ways to use creativity just for the fun of it. I think about playing the basketball game horse. I was never good at it, but as a child, I remember trying to think of the most ridiculous ways to make a shot to knock someone else out of the game. That's creativity. Embrace it. Exercise it. Creating for love and romance. If you're in a relationship or desire to be in one, creativity plays a big part. Whether you're thinking of creative ways to surprise your significant other, thinking of creative dates, especially if you're on a budget, thinking of creative gift ideas to give to your significant other. If you desire for your relationship to keep growing and thriving, you have to keep that creative muscle going. If not, it will definitely fall into a stale, gray, mediocre place. And that's not a good place to be if you're dating someone or married or in a serious relationship. Creating for your family. Think about family traditions. If you're married and have kids or anything like that, or even if you just want to create something like that within your own friends group, you can do that. But creating a tradition for birthdays or a movie night. Every Friday night or every second Friday night of the month, we sit down and watch a movie, whether it's on Netflix or we actually go out to the movies. You can create that tradition, and that helps build a community. Builds the community within your household if you're married and have kids, or it can build a community within your friends group. If you do own a home, say it's an apartment or whatever, wherever you live, again, whether you're married or not, you can create the atmosphere that you want. Women are the only ones who decorate. Men can do feng shui kind of stuff too. You can pick the pictures, the colors, whatever you want to do, you can create. That's creative muscles. And that's important because we want to be able to create the atmosphere that we want for our home. Is your home a space of peace? Is it peaceful? Is it safe? Does it feel warm? Is it comfortable? And again, ladies aren't the only one who can create and establish an atmosphere. And honestly, we play a huge part in that. Even when it comes down to our emotions and our energy that we bring into a space, we have a huge influence over that. And we can create it. We can do our best to make sure an atmosphere is warm and welcoming instead of tense and uncomfortable. That's, again, creating. And that's something that we as men are able to do. And lastly, you can create in service, whether that's building something for somebody. So, somebody just got some new furniture from IKEA, help them put it together. That's creating. Even if you're following directions, you're actually creating something. Or recently during the holiday season, I helped put together a Christmas tree for my family so that they can enjoy the holidays. Or you can, design something for somebody, like an entertainment center. If you're into computers, help them build a computer that they want, help design a computer for them. There's so many different ways that you can create in service and helping other people. Whether you're creating stuff for your family, whether you're creating stuff for friends, or maybe you have an elderly neighbor who needs help with anything, you can create for them. That's, again, using creativity as a skill and as a tool, and as something that you've been designed with to serve other people. Creating can also be an affordable form of therapy, which is why I encourage every Black man to find an emotional release valve. And I talk about that more in this video here. Overall, make time to create so you can operate in your design and be fruitful. You were created to create, Black man. Embrace it. Own it. Live it. Peace. Peace.